Hi guys, this is Sandeep Khera and you're watching Conical Education. Today I have brought in very interesting topic for you. Today I'm going to speak about working conditions in Germany, in which I will cover what are the main points included in the standard employment contracts, average salaries in Germany, how many holidays are you entitled to, what are the working hours in Germany, and how much salary do you get paid with during your absence period due to any reason, or do you get paid at all. So stay tuned, watch the video till the end. Before we proceed further, please subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on my social media pages, Instagram, Facebook page, Facebook group. All of them are given in the description below. You can also write to me by email on the below given email address. So let's dive into today's topic. When we talk about working conditions in Germany, German labor law doesn't make any difference between a German national as well as foreigner. So, which means if you observe that there is some unlawful treatment from the employer with whom you are working, you can definitely enforce your right to equal treatment. So, it applies equally to same whether you are German national or whether you are a non-German national. So, I believe this is a very good point in the favor of foreigners as well. Now, let us talk about first point of our topic: employment contract. In Germany, whenever you get into any kind of contract or you get hired by any employer, then the employer will give you a contract which both the parties have to sign. Most of the employers, I would say in 98 to 99% of the cases, you will get this contract before joining the employment and you have to sign this contract. In exceptional cases, you might get the contract after joining the job, but there is a law which states that both the parties, that is employer and the employee, must sign the contract before the end of first month. Now let us talk about what are the main points covered in the contract. Name and address of the employer and the employee. Your contract must always include the begin date of the contract as well as duration of the contract. If it's a permanent contract, then it will only include begin date of the contract. There will be no end date or duration of the contract. If it's a temporary contract, then there must be an end date within the contract or there must be a defined period for the end of the contract. Contract must also include the type of work as well as job description. When it's a type of work, which means whether it's a full-time contract or it's a part-time contract. Contract must also state the place of work and conditions such as related to your travel, whether you will be sitting at one office and working from there for the whole duration or you will have to travel from time to time. So all these conditions are written out in the contract. Pay level and compensation. An employment contract must also state the pay level as well as components of your salary. For example, what is your gross salary? What is the base salary? Is there any variable part included? Or are there any performance bonuses? Or are there additional bonuses such as Christmas bonus or some other additional bonus? Working hours. Employment contract must clearly state the number of working hours the person will be working in a week or in a month. In a standard contract, most of the companies mention that employee will be working from 38 to 40 hours in a week or 150 to 160 hours in a month. Employer cannot force you to work more than 40 hours a week. Definitely, to meet the business needs, you might have to work more than 40 hours in a week, provided that within a period of 6 months, the average number of hours you have worked should not exceed more than 40 hours. Only under this condition, on certain weeks, you can more than 40 hours to meet the business demands to deliver the products and services towards your clients. Holidays entitlement. Normally, as per the law, an employee is entitled to 24 calendar days of holiday or paid leaves in a year. But it's up to employer's discretion whether employer wants to give more number of holidays to the employees. Notice period within your contract may vary depending upon whether you are in probation or you have completed your probation period successfully. Normally, notice period within probation period is very small and it is generally 2 weeks or 15 days. If you have finished your probation period, then notice period must be longer, which can be any duration from 1 to 2 months till 3 to 4 months. So it all depends on what are the contract terms laid down within your contract. I also want to talk about termination of employment and protection against your dismissal. Employer has the right to fire you or dismiss you based on certain grounds, such as your performance has been degraded substantially, or employer has questions on your conduct when you are working within the organization, and there are some operational changes which have forced the employer to dismiss you. But you must not be worried here if you are working for an organization for more than 6 months and you are working for an organization where there are more than 10 employees are working. In this situation, you are protected by Unfair Dismissal Protection Act. Now, what is this act? This act states that any dismissal by the employer must be warranted in social terms. What does it mean? Employer must give the valid reason why the employer cannot continue to employ you, and as I mentioned earlier, these grounds could be related to your performance, your conduct, or some operational reasons. As soon as any employee gets such a notice, he can definitely talk to Works Council, which is Betriebsrat in German. The companies have Betriebsrat there, which controls any kind of such dismissals or any kind of concerns from the employees. Workers' Council has the right to contest such kind of dismissal within 1 week of the notice. In such kind of dismissal, you can also go to labor court where you can contest your dismissal, but you have the duration of only 3 weeks to go to the labor court to contest this kind of dismissal. If you exceed this period of 3 weeks, then this dismissal by the employer will be considered valid. Minimum wages and average salaries in Germany. Though minimum wage in Germany in 2020 is 19,000 euros per year. But if you talk about the professionals with the qualified education, then they are paid way higher than this amount. So I'm going to mention some of the average salaries for professional qualifications. You can also watch my another video regarding high demand professions or highly paid professions. On average, doctors are paid roughly 85,000 euros, lawyers come around 67,000 euros, and HR managers roughly around 65,000 euros. If you are into engineering profession, you might be paid roughly around 61,000 euros. Or you are IT specialist, then you might be paid on average 59,000 euros. And in case if you are financial specialist, then you might be paid on average 58,000 euros. Sales specialists are paid roughly 57,000 euros a year. Natural scientists can earn around 54,000 euros. Marketing managers and pharmacists on average can earn up to 53,000 euros. Teachers get paid roughly 50,000 euros a year. Architects can get paid until 45,000 euros. Social workers can get paid roughly 38,000 euros, and nurses can get paid around 35,000 euros a year. Caregiver and physiotherapist may roughly get paid around 30,000 euros. So these are the main professions which are related to qualified professions. So for other professions, you can research on the internet for more details. Paid leaves in addition to your contractually agreed holidays entitlement. If you are working for an organization for more than 4 weeks, then employer must pay you your regular salary up to 6 weeks. Afterwards, health insurance, social security will take care of your payments. There are certain exceptions when you deliberately involve yourself in certain sicknesses, for example, drink and driving, smoking after heart attack, or certain other such scenarios, then employer has the right to refuse you sick pay up till 6 weeks. There are certain other exceptions when you get a paid holiday. For example, you get married, then you get one extra holiday for your marriage. You can get up till 10 days of holidays to take care of your sick close relative. If you are celebrating your wedding, then you can also claim 1 day of paid holiday. If there is a new birth in your family, then also you can claim 1 day of paid holiday to your employer. In case there is a death in your family, then you can claim 2 days of paid holiday to your employer. This is all in today's video. Please subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up below, and share the video. Have a good day.